The other day I watched Dave Chappelle's new Netflix show, The Dreamer. Oh my gosh, what a great storyteller he is, right? And although I do understand the social and political messages behind his jokes, I do think that hacking people with disabilities and transgenders that much is unnecessary.
Talking about them because these people acted like I needed them to be funny. Well, that's ridiculous. I don't need you. I got a whole new angle. You guys will never see this shit coming. I ain't doing trans jokes no more. You know what I'm gonna do tonight? Tonight, I'm doing your own handicap jokes.
I think he's a better storyteller than that and could find other ways to make his points. But I'm curious. In the comments below, tell me if you watched it and what you thought of it. That being said, as I was on this comic path, I clicked on Ricky Gervais's special, Armageddon, which by the way, just won the Golden Globes. In my opinion, he's not as good as a storyteller, although I do appreciate the British humor and sarcasm. My issue with him is, despite explaining that he's very good at making jokes and playing a character while on stage, I cannot find terminally ill children funny, not even a bit. It's sad.
Do you know the charity Make-A-Wish Foundation? They're great, and they give these dying kids their one wish. And if it's me, I always say yes, and I always start the video the same way. I go, "Why didn't you wish to get better?" What, you fucking retarded as well? I don't do that either, okay? These are all jokes, all right?
Like Chappelle, Gervais is also much better than this and could find other ways to provoke us if he wants. Hey, welcome to Story, I'm Sil, and today I will talk about comic storytellers. These people on stage keep us stuck on the TV for hours, so we might learn a thing or two from them. While both Ricky Gervais and Dave Chappelle are accomplished comedians, they have very distinct storyteller styles, and there are some key differences in their techniques and approaches. Let's talk a bit about those. So, Gervais is dry. He can be very, very dry. His narrative is characterized by witty commentary, sarcasm, and a keen eye for the absurdities of the daily life. He's often very critical too, and not necessarily observational. He can be even critical about things that we tend not to criticize. For example, ill children, which can be very controversial, and I particularly don't love. Chappelle's humor is often very energetic and includes a mix of storytelling, physicality, and character work. His narrative sounds much more dynamic, with one piece connecting to the next one, which makes it easier for us to understand or to make sense of the whole story. In addition, Chappelle often delves into more provocative and socially charged topics. His stories frequently address race, culture, gender, politics, and other complex issues, using humor as a lens to explore and to critique societal norms. And then Ricky Gervais often relies on clever wordplay and has a knack for building tension before delivering the punchline. A tension that feels very uncomfortable most of the time, but is indeed a great storytelling tool. Dave Chappelle is known for his impeccable comic timing. His stories may involve dynamic shifts in tone and physicality, contributing to a much more theatrical and engaging performance, which works really well for those who are very comfortable on stage. As I said before, Gervais's storytelling is rooted in British humor and cultural references. His perspectives reflect a more British sensibility even when addressing universal issues. This is something that I've always appreciated as a big fan of Monty Python, but it definitely works better with Anglo-Saxonic audiences, as others might not understand some of the references or even feel uncomfortable and humiliated or attacked. Again, in comedy, this is perfectly fine, but if you want to apply these techniques in a broader presentation, make sure you're bridging some cultural gaps along the way. On the other hand, Chappelle is deeply influenced by African American culture and the American experience. His narratives often explore the complexities of race and identity in the United States. But because these topics are more broadly discussed around the world, maybe because of the US presence in so many different cultures and countries, they resonate with more people without the need to explain. However, it does feel weird when he talks about other cultures or ethnicities, mentioning his wife being Asian, for example. Again, some of these things are perfectly allowed in comedies, although I do not find it nice or cool. But when in real life, we must make sure we have the authority and ownership to cover certain topics, especially if they're minority related. Well, I know Chapelle is very controversial too, but I do prefer his style, and I'll tell you why. But first, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell to get the notifications. So why do I prefer Dave Chappelle's comedy? First, because he possesses excellent delivery skills. His timing, pacing, and use of pauses contributes to the effectiveness of his storytelling. He knows how to build tension, create anticipation, and deliver punchlines with precision. Second, Chapelle often offers nuanced perspectives that challenge conventional thinking. His ability to navigate sensitive subjects while maintaining humor and insight showcases his storytelling prowess. His narratives often serve as a form of social commentary. Through humor, he addresses societal norms, inequalities, and cultural issues, prompting otherwise uninterested audiences to reflect on these matters. And third, Chapelle's stories often evoke a wide range of emotions, from laughter to introspection. The emotional resonance of his storytelling allows audiences to connect with the material in a deeper level and in several different ways. Well, these three characteristics alone help storytellers connect with any audience, and that's all you want to happen when telling a story. I know this is a controversial topic. A lot of people have different opinions, so leave me a comment and let's get this conversation started. I'll see you next week.